your free in-home estimate.
Be the one to prove you can dream big. The Hispanic heritage of the future is waiting
to be written.
Be the next story told.
Local 3 celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month across our 4-state region.
Download the Local 3 news and weather apps now.
The fall season is here. Before you know it, the leaves are going to be in full beauty. So what a better time to come up to Blue Ridge, Georgia than now, and that's where we are this morning. We are back in the studio with George Cheriez, who has 4 Elements Fine Art and Framing. So nice to see you.
Good to see you again.
Last time we were here, actually, we had so much fun talking about the pyrography. And when we were through, you were very quick to give us a fun tour of the gallery. And one of the things you wanted to point out first was what you call your Hall of Fame.
Yes. Yeah, so we purchased the gallery. It was a frame shop for 20-something years. And we wanted to maintain the frame shop. So we have gutted the whole place, turned it into an art gallery, and we moved the framing down to a hallway, which we now call our Hall of Fame.
So if you happen to be in Blue Ridge, maybe you get this great family photo and you want to have a special frame for it, or you have a beautiful piece of art that your kindergartner drew for you and you want to keep it forever. Right. You know better than anyone the frame makes all the difference.
Oh, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. It can make a great piece look phenomenal.
You make every piece look phenomenal. It's been fun to walk through because what I've noticed in talking with you is much of what's in here is your work, and we'll talk about that. You really have fun, though, highlighting other artists.
Yes, yeah. I'm very proud of the fact that I've got a lot of artists in here besides myself that specialize in different substrates, different mediums, different techniques that, is very unique and a lot of people, perhaps have not seen before. Yeah. So I'm very proud to have a diverse, amount of work.
We'll talk a little bit about your work for a second and then we'll get into some others. You are very diverse. We mentioned last time that you trained at the Pratt Institute in Brooklyn. So I know pyrography is sort of what you're really known for. But to that diversity, you've got the pyrography, then you've got these incredible vivid images we're going to talk about in a minute, but within my line of sight is this beautiful landscape that you've done, and I got to tell you, it makes me think about Andrew Wyeth.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Thank you, thank you.
It's just lovely. So are you inspired simply by your day?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. There's some days where my passion, I think, lies with doing pyrography, or the next day or week it might be with an oil painting of a figure, or depending, if I'm out and about and I see something that inspires me nature-wise, I'll just pick up the brush and paint, kind of a landscape. So
you mentioned the painting of the figure, so let's address the elephant in the room if we can, because it's these amazing prints of Batman and the Joker. And I'll let you share a little bit if you want about the story behind it, but I loved it when you told the story, because just like an author writes his emotions, this is your way of expressing how you see the world.
Yes, it very much so is. The paintings, the name of the series is Who Watches the Watchers, and the idea behind it, goes back to, as long as, man's been around, that we've always sort of in a way looked to a higher power to watch over us, whether it be, Greek mythology or religion, or nowadays if a pandemic happens, it's, who are we looking to watch over us and keep us safe. So the idea was kind of inspired by, world leaders and politicians. There's a piece here, the painting I did of them in the boxing match. It's taken from the 1962 photo of Muhammad Ali. But the idea is that this is how they've always wanted us to believe they are, as enemies fighting in a spectacle for all of us to see. And behind closed doors, when no one's watching, this is how they really are, kind of celebrating the fact that they've deceived us all for their own gain once again. The mask comes off and they're celebrating.
I told you I wanted you to share the story because not everyone has a chance to talk to a world-class artist, but you probably, you know your talent, but you are still just a man like everybody else. So when people come into the gallery, is that part of the fun for you to talk?
Yeah, it absolutely is. I worked for a very long time for a fine art publishing company, and I wasn't always able to meet the people that were interested and bought my work. So for me, the experience now of having my own art gallery and within that my art studio where I create the work, gives me a chance to interact with people and experience, I guess their joy when they see something they've never seen before.
The timing of our conversation couldn't be more perfect because y'all are planning for the first time, I think, in Blue Ridge, an art walk.
Yes.
That'll happen the third Saturday in October. So when you do come up, think about coming that weekend in
Absolutely.
October because you can come in and do the very thing, talk to you. You are very proud when you can sell an original. Many people would want that coveted idea of an original, but you realize that there are a lot of different price points.
Yeah.
So you've got some limited prints that you sell too.
Oh, absolutely. We have limited edition prints of some of the artists that we carry, and we have just about every image that I've created, we have a limited edition print of. So we want to kind of, be able to cater to, everyone that comes in, because not everyone can afford an original, but, they can walk away or go home with something that they love.
I do hate to leave and not point out one piece that you were showing us that might still be here when you come. Who knows, it might get purchased. It's a limited edition, but this is by a friend of yours,
Yes.
right?
His name is Craig Allen, and he was actually, I was his apprentice when I first started as a professional artist 20-something years ago. And I'm very proud to have his work here. He's a very well internationally known artist. You'll actually, if you're in Atlanta, he actually has a mural on the side of the West 8 building of a phoenix rising out of the ashes, and it's created with all Atlanta figures. When
As
you look
this
close
is.
Yes, so the piece that I have here, I could talk a little bit about it. It's of Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel, comic books and all those characters, and his face is made up of the characters he created. So from far away it looks like Stan Lee. When you delve in a little closer, there's all kinds of stuff going on with all the characters he created interacting. It's pretty amazing, actually.
It's part of the fun of being in a gallery because you don't want to be here quickly. The experience is to be still and take it all in, and then see how you interpret the piece and how it makes you feel. Thanks for letting us come in.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for coming.
Please make sure to make Blue Ridge part of your fall experience, and do think about coming up that third weekend in October for the art walk. We wanted to go ahead and get you these stories on now so that you've got plenty of time to prepare, so and plan. But the 4 Elements Fine Art and Framing, there is their address and their phone number and website on your screen. George, thanks again so much.
When conditions are right for severe weather, the Local 3 Storm Alert team issues a Storm Alert Weather Day, giving you early warning to keep your family safe.